Hello friends, this is Akshata, your educator. I welcome you all in Teaching Exams by Global Online. As we know friends, Teaching Exams by Global Online has launched a complete series for upcoming CTET examination 2022. In this complete series, we were dealing with Mathematics Paper 1. In today's lecture number 8, we'll discuss about the chapter time. Okay, before moving into the video friends, I would like to tell you that if you want the guarantee selection in upcoming CTET which will be held in December 2022, at the same time you want to score the maximum marks, then Global Online is going to be the one-stop solution for you. For that, the Global Online has launched a complete course for paper 1 and paper 2 individually. For the Central Teacher Eligibility Test 2022, the complete course which has been launched by Global Online will be provided with full syllabus theory lectures, practice multiple MCQs, mock test, full syllabus notes. Course fees is just of 2000 rupees. Go and download the Global Online app or contact us on this given WhatsApp number for enrolling the course. At the same time, for paper 2 again, the same features: full syllabus theory lectures, practice multiple MCQs, mock test, full syllabus notes in the form of PDF. Again, the course fees is just of 2000 rupees. For the students who are going to opt for paper 1 and paper 2 both, for them, full syllabus theory lectures again, practice multiple MCQs, mock test, full syllabus notes, and the course fees is just of 3000 rupees. So for enrolling the course, you have to go and download the Global Online app in the following steps. Go on the Play Store, download the Global Online app with this icon, and moving on to the second step where you find such interface, here you have to click on the store icon. Okay, you will go to the courses page where you find a search bar where you have to type the particular exam which you want to appear for. Like Global Online is a platform where you find the multiple entrance examination preparation wala platform hai ye. Yahan pe you get coaching for CET, NET and other examinations also. Okay, so this was the introduction about the Global Online and the courses in detail. So friends, if you want to score maximum marks in such limited period of time for CTET 2022, so this course is going to be very beneficial for you. So in today's lecture number 8, we are discussing about the time. Now time is one topic. Time is a chapter in paper 1 from where almost question are asked for 1 to 2 marks. So minimum 1 to 2 marks questions can come from this time chapter. So basically दो questions तो compulsory इस time chapter से आ सकते एग्जाम में, ठीक है. Now what type of questions can be asked into the examination? This is the thing of discussion over here, right? So the questions that can be asked to you is directly on the formula basis. Okay, formula basis. Which formula? Distance is equals to time into speed. This is something we have been learning from school time, right? So this is one formula from which time questions can be asked. Okay, the second type of question that can be asked is direction question. Okay, for example, the question can be asked like, for direction is, the man started his journey from the north side, he moved to the east, then he moved to the west, east west, north south. ऐसे कुछ question आ सकते हैं. Now what is the current position or where he is actually facing right now? Such kind of questions can be asked into the examination. We'll discuss what are those questions in detail. Nextly, the third type of question that can be asked is conversion. Okay, conversion. Now what is conversion in case of time? Conversion questions that can be asked here is like, for example, conversion of days to hours. Okay, hours to minutes, minutes to seconds. So such kind of questions about conversions, like directly, like 6 days में कितने hours होंगे, how many hours are there in 6 days, how many minutes in 6 days, how many seconds in 6 days. For example, if we go for how many minutes in 6 days, okay, I'm giving a example for this conversion. Like they can ask, in 6 days how many minutes are there. Okay, so we must be able to understand that in one day there is 24 hours, right? There are 24 hours in one day, right? At the same time, in 1 hour 60 minutes are there, and in 1 minute there are 60 seconds. So basically we have to find in 6 days how many minutes are there. In one day there is 24 hours. That is, in one day, if we calculate, sorry, in 6 days if we calculate, we'll go for 6 days into 24 hours of each day, right? Each day के लिए 24 hours, each day consists of 24 hours, so 6 day will consist of 6 into 24 hours. This is about the hours. Now we have to convert it into minute, right? So 1 hour consists of 60 minutes, then 24 hours will consist of how many minutes? 24 into 60 minutes. So this is the solution to the question. So 6 days consist of 6 into 24 into 66 minutes, the calculation you have to find out. So this kind of question, these types of questions have been asked in the examination, and the time chapter is very much important because compulsorily 1 to 2 questions from this chapter may appear in the exam, okay, and you must be able to solve it because this is very simple topic, okay. But this simple topic can create a huge difference because students can make like multiple times of mistakes in this topic, okay. So this is the topic where you have to keenly observe the stuffs, what kind of things are occurring over here, okay. So moving on to the questions, let us discuss some of the facts regarding or the things that we have to keep in mind regarding the measuring time, okay. Now for that, let me tell you, 1 year consists of 365 days. This is something really basic, okay. These are the really basic stuffs, but sometimes we come across the confusion, right? So 1 year consists of 12 months. Nextly, 1 year consists of 52 weeks plus 1 day, that is 365 days, okay. 52 weeks plus 1 day. As we know, 1 week is equivalent to 7 days. It means 1 week consists of 7 days, okay. 1 week consists of 7 days. It means 365 days when converted into weeks, that is 1 year converted into weeks, it means 52 weeks plus 1 day, okay. Now nextly, one fortnight is equivalent to 14 days. Now what is fortnight? Fortnight, it means a period of 2 weeks is called as fortnight. What is fortnight? Fortnight is period of 2 weeks, okay. The period of 2 weeks is called as one fortnight. So basically 1 year is equivalent to 365 days, 1 year is equals to 12 months, 1 year is equals to 52 weeks. It means 52 weeks plus 1 day, okay. Nextly, 1 week is equals to 7 days, and 1 fortnight, it means that 2 weeks, period of 2 weeks is equals to 14 days. So basically instead of asking you for 2 weeks, they can ask us for 1 fortnight. So we can like come across a confusion. So do not get confused. It means simply 2 weeks, a period of 2 weeks. 1 fortnight is equal to period of 2 weeks, okay. Nextly, this is something that you have to keep in mind, okay. This is something really important, okay. Now nextly, I hope you have taken the screenshot of this. Nextly, we have seen 1 fortnight is equals to 14 days, right? So 1 day consists of 24 hours, okay. This is the one. And 1 hour consists of 60 minutes, and 1 minute consists of 60 seconds. This is something you have to keep in mind for conversion now, okay. Now what type of questions have been asked in previous years, and what type of questions can be asked in your examination, that if we have to deal in today's lecture. The types of questions, before that we have seen the measuring time, how we measure the time, that is 1 year is equivalent to 365 days, okay. It means 12 months. Basically when we convert 365 days into weeks, as we know 1 week consists of 7 days, so in 1 year it means 365 days, there are 52 weeks plus 1 day, Okay, one fortnight is something we have discussed today. One fortnight, it means what? One fortnight is equivalent to 2 weeks, right? So one fortnight is equivalent to how many days? If question is asked directly, it means 14 days. Okay, one day is equals to 24 hours. 1 hour, it means 60 minutes, and 1 minute is equals to 60 seconds. Now to solve this question on time, we will deal with one trick. Okay, how we should solve the question regarding the convergence, right? So for that, for conversion wala type of question, as we have seen, there are different types of question. Like directly they can ask that is distance is equals to speed into time. They can even ask one type of question where what is the time required. Okay, a type of question that can be asked to us is again time required. This we have not discussed, sorry. Time required, it means a train has started from a position A and started its journey to reach B. Okay, the time required, the train has started its journey from position A at particular time, for example 8 a.m. okay, and has reached the station B at 11:28 p.m. for example. So what is the time required for the train to move from A to B? Such kind of questions also can be asked into the examination. Okay, so this is one type of question, time required. But for conversion questions, as I told you, what kind of conversion questions can come in exam? Conversion questions. Conversion. Okay, for conversion questions, let us discuss a trick. Okay, sorry, in conversion questions we must be able to understand one day is equals to how many hours, is equals to how many minutes, is equals to how many seconds. It means in one day there are 24 hours. In 1 hour there is 60 minutes. It means in 24 hours, if we consider, there will be 24 into 60 minutes, and in 1 minute there is 60 seconds. And if we go for 60 minutes में कितने seconds है, then it will be 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Okay, now so for solving such kind of questions, we require a small trick. That is, we are converting day into hour, or if hour into minute, minute into second. Okay, this is one kind of trick where we have to follow. That is, if days are converted into hours, hours are converted into minute, and minute is converted into second, then what we have to do, when we convert the day into hour, we will multiply it by 24. If we are converting days into hours, we will multiply it by 24. Okay, this is one thing. When we convert the hours into minutes, we will multiply it by 60. Okay, and we are converting the minutes into seconds, again we will multiply it by 60. Okay, but when we convert the seconds into minute, the thing what we carry out here is we will divide it by 60. We are converting the seconds into minutes, right? When we convert the minutes into hours, we will divide it again by 60. And we convert the hours into days, at that time we will divide it by 24. So this is the trick that we have to follow over here. Whenever we are converting, if we are converting the day into minute, then we will multiply it by 24 once and once by 60. Right? But when we are converting minute into day, we will divide it by 60 once and then we will divide it by 24. So to understand it in detail, let us take some of the examples and also solve the PYQs. Okay, now this is the conversion that we have seen. Okay, converting the days into hours, hours into minute, and minute into second, days to hours, hours into minutes, and minute into second. In this conversion we will multiply the things. Okay, a minute please. Okay, fine. Here converting the days into hours, hours into minute, and minute into second, we are multiplying, right? We are multiplying. And when we are converting when we are converting seconds into minutes, minutes into hours, and hours into days, here we are dividing. Okay, now when we convert days into hours, I told you we'll multiply it by 24. When we convert hours into minutes, when we convert the hours, sorry, when we convert the hours into minutes, at that time we'll multiply it by 60, and we convert the minute into seconds, we'll multiply it by 60. This is opposite to the multiplying step in division we carry out. When we convert the seconds into minutes, we divide it by 60. Here again, to minutes to hours we divided by 60, and hours to days we divided by 24. This is something we have to follow in each and every question. Okay, now the very first question given over here, number of minutes in 4 days is equal to number of seconds in. Question asked to you is number of minutes in 4 days is equivalent, that is equal to the number of second in how many hours and minutes the question is asked. Okay, so for solving this question, try to understand that here we are going from minutes to days. Okay, number of minutes in 4 days, we are moving from minutes to days, we are moving from minutes to days. So basically what we are doing here is, what we have to take here, we have to take number of minutes in 4 days. 4 days में कितने मिनट्स है, ठीक है, एक डे में 24 आवर्स रहेंगे, तो 4 डेज में कितने आवर्स रहेंगे, 4 into 24, राइट. ओके, नेक्स्टली number of minutes in 4 days. Now this is what, this is number of hours in 4 days. Number of minutes in 4 days, if we go, it will be into 60 again. So what kind of process that we have followed over here is, look at this diagram. Okay, in this we are converting the days into minutes. The question very first line in the question is number of minutes in 4 days. Number of minutes in 4 days. So we are moving from days to minutes, right? We are moving from days to minutes. So what we have to do is multiply it by 24 once. We have to multiply it by 60 once, right? So 4 multiplied by 24 into 60. This is what we have to carry out. Okay, this is the first thing. Now this is equal to number of seconds in dash, number of seconds in dash. Now look at the options. Option is asked in hours and minutes, right? So we have to move here from hours to seconds, right? The question asked is equivalent to the number of seconds. So what we will be taking here, 60 into 60, 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Okay, the number of minutes in 4 hours, 4 days, 4 days made 24 hours in each day. Okay, as well as 60 minutes in each hour, it means 24 into 60, right, is equivalent to x into 60 into 60. Here answer will be x is equals to 60, 60 gets cancelled. Okay, 10, 6 4s are 24. Okay, 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10, right? It means 4 2s are 8 divided by 5. How we can write 8 by 5? We can write it as 1 3 by 5, right? 5 1s are 5. Plus 3, it means 8 divided by 5. So we can write it as 1 hour and 3 by 5 minutes. So what is 3 by 5 minutes? Okay, 1 hour. Now how to convert the hour into minute? We have to multiply it by 60, right? So we'll multiply it by 60. So basically 1 hour 36 minute is the right answer to the question. Here we have done nothing. The number of minutes in 4 days is equivalent to the number of seconds in how much is the question asked here. Okay, in this what we have done in 4 days, as we know, if we calculate in hours, what we have to do, we have to convert the days into, we are converting here the days into minutes. So we have to multiply the first, we have to convert the days into minutes, right? So first we have to multiply it by 24 and then by 60. This is the very first step. This is equivalent to what they have told us, to the number of seconds in, is equivalent to the number of seconds in how many hours the question is asked, right? So we are moving here from hours to seconds, right? So for that we will be multiplying it by 60 into 60 again. So the answer to the question will be is equals to x into 60 into 60. After calculation we get 1 by 3 by 5 hour. It means 1 hour into sorry, 1 hour 3 by 5 into 60 minutes. So the answer to the question will be 1 hour 36 minutes. To understand it in detail again, let us take another example. The number of seconds in 8 hours. The number of seconds in 8 hours is equal to the number of minutes in how many days? Now, the very first thing that you have to follow here is read the very first statement, the number of seconds in 8 hours. Right, in 8 hours how many seconds are there? So for that we must able to understand we are moving from hours to seconds. Right, we are moving from 8 hours to seconds, the very first thing. Right, when we move from hours to second, what we have to do is once you have to multiply it by 60 and another once again you have to multiply it by 60. So we will multiply 8 into 60 into 60. Right, this is the first step. Now this is equal to what? This is equal to number of minutes in dash days. Now here we are moving from minutes to days. Basically we are moving from minutes to days. Right, so we have to divide it by 60 and again by 24. We have to, once we have to divide it by 60 and another time we have to multiply it, divide it by 24. So what is the step that we will carry out here is divided by 60 and 24. Right, I can write it like that. Right, so answer will be x is equals to 60 get cancelled, 8 3s are 24, 3 2s are, so 20 days is the right answer to the question. If you have not understood it again, let us check it again once again. Okay, so what we have done, read the very first statement. यहाँ पे क्या बोला है? The number of seconds, number of seconds we have to convert the, we have to see seconds in 8 hours. So basically here we are moving from hours to second. Okay, here we are moving from hours to second. We have to convert the hour into second. So for converting the hour into second, what we will do, we will multiply it by 16 and again we will multiply it by 16. So basically here we will multiply 8 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So this is all about the seconds, right? So nextly, this is equal to what? The number of minute in dash days. We have to convert the minute into days. Now we have to convert the minute into days. For that, what we have to do, divide by 60 ones and divide by 24 ones. Right, so this is what the step we will follow over here. So what we will do here is x we have to find out. So here we have to divide it by 60, again we have to divide it by 24. Right, this is what we have to follow. So 8 3s are 24, 60 get cancelled and this 3 2s are, so x is equals to 20 days. Okay, this is how we solve the question over here. Okay, now moving on to the next question. The number of minutes in 10 days is equal to the number of seconds in how many hours? Question asked is number of minutes in 10 days. Now we are moving here from days to minutes. Right, we are moving from days to minutes. 10 days, in each day there are 24 hours and in each hour there is 60 minutes. We are moving from what? Days to minute. Here we are moving from day to minute. Right, so when we move from day to minute, as per the chart, when we move from day to minute, we will once multiply it by 24 and once by 60. Right, once by 24 and once by 60. Right, this is what we follow. This is the first step. Now nextly, this is equal to the number of seconds in how many hours? Now here we are moving from seconds to hours. Right, so x is equals to, x into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. Here we are moving from seconds to hours, from hours to seconds. Okay, so here what we will do is multiply it by 60 and again 60 seconds. Look, 60 hours into 60 minutes. Right, 60 minutes into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So we have to, what answer we'll get over here is, very first thing, the number of minutes in 10 days. 10 days consist of, 1 day consists of 24 hours. So 10 days will consist of 10 to 24 hours. 1 minute, 1 hour consists of 60 minutes. It means 24 hours consist of 24 into 60. This is the step that we have followed over here, is equals to number of seconds in hours. So x is the hour, okay, into 60 minutes into 60 seconds. So basically what we have to find out here is what hours are required. Okay, so the right answer to the question will be 60 get cancelled, okay, again, and 6 3s are 24. So right answer will be, sorry, 6 4s are 24. This is 4 hours. Okay, this is the right answer to the question, that is option number C. Right, now next question. Number of minutes in 10 days is equal to the number of seconds in how many hours? Question asked is number of minutes in 10 days is equal to the number of seconds in how many hours? I think this is the question that we have already solved over here. Let us check it again once. Okay, this is okay. Now 10 days consists of 10 to 24 hours. Okay, and 10 days consists of how much minute? If it is asked, it means 60, right? How we are going? If we go day to hours, hour to minute, and minute to second, we are multiplying here it by 24, hour to minute by 60, and minute to seconds by 60, right? So basically we are going from day, we are going from 10 days to seconds. So 10 days to minutes. So when we are moving from 10 days to minutes, what we will do is we'll multiply 10 by 24 ones and by 60 ones. This is the very first step. Now this is equal to the number of seconds in how many hours? Question is asked h, that is r. Okay, r into how many minutes and seconds? We are moving from hour to, we are moving here from hour to seconds. So what we will do, we'll multiply once by 60 and another one time by 60, right? So h is equals to, again, 60 get cancelled. Okay, this will be 6r and this will be 4r. So 4 hours is the answer to the question. So this is how we solve the conversion wale questions. Okay, now the next question is calculation of the time, that is the time required. Here we add the time, else we subtract the time. For this very question, I would like to tell you one small trick. What we have to do is, whenever the question is asked you, there are given like two specific times that a person is starting from particular A position. For example, before moving into this question, I will give you an example, that is, if Radhika starts from position A at 8 a.m, she is reaching at position B at 10 a.m. So what is the time required? Okay, what is the time required? She is starting at 8 a.m. and she is reaching at 10 p.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. again. So what is the time required? So basically this is a very basic time that we go through in each day, right? So the time required here for Radhika to reach from position A to position B will be 2 hours. This is a very basic thing, right? If we take another example, like Shubham started his journey from Mumbai at 11 a.m. and he reaches Pune at 1 p.m. Right? So what is the time required for Shubham to reach from Mumbai to Pune? So basically here we can simply understand that he is moving at 11, okay, and reaching at 1. So the time required, what we think is like 11 to 12 1 hour and 12 to 1 hour. But when we come across AM and PM wale questions, what we have to do here is, whenever PM comes, very first trick that you have to do is convert the PM into AM. Okay, and how we can do it? As we know, after 12 o'clock, after 12 a.m, what happens is 13 starts, 13 o'clock, 14 o'clock, but this is something that we use rarely because we go for 1 2 o'clock, right? So here we must be able to understand that if we write 1 p.m, I can show it like this, like 12 a.m. sorry, that is 12 hours plus 1 hour. Am I right? It means 13 hours, right? I can write like this, right? Basically, whenever the question comes in PM, the very first thing that we have to do is convert it into hours. We have to convert it into hours. So to understand that in detail, let us go through the question once and understand it in detail. Now, the question that has been given to you over here is a train leaves the station P. Now, the train has been started its journey from station P. Okay, train started its journey from P position and it is reaching the station at Q. There are two stations P and Q. The train has started its journey from P, and at what was the time when the train started the journey? It was 8:28 a.m. The time was 8:28 a.m. Okay, and when it is reaching the Q, the time is 11:48 p.m. A train is leaving station P at 8:28 and reaching the station Q at 11:48. Now what we have to find here is the time required or time taken by the train to reach the station Q. Okay, now how to find out the answer to the question? The very first thing, as I told you, now this is simply in AM, this is in PM, right? Whenever the PM comes, what we have to do is we have to add 12 hours into the given time. Whatever the time is given into the PM, just add 24 hours in it and convert that 11:48 p.m. or anything that is given in PM, any time given in PM, into the hours and minutes. So basically, when we go for 12 hours, it means what we can write is 12 hours plus 11 hours plus 48 minutes, right? 11:48, what does it mean? 11:48, it means 11 hours and 48 minutes. So when we add 12 hours in it, what comes is 23 hours 48 minutes, right? So this is how we convert. So this is 23 hours and 48 minutes. Now this is 23 hours. Now the time required to reach here, the time that when the train reached the station P, the time at which the train reached the station P is 23 hours and 48 minutes. So basically what we have to do here is, I have told you that when the time difference is asked to you, we have to just subtract the time duration, right? So 23 hours 48 minutes, if we minus 8 hours and 28 minutes, we will get the actual time required for the train to reach the station Q from station P. Though 15 hours and 20 minutes is the time required for the train to reach the station Q from P. Okay, once again, to solve these questions, such kind of PM AM wale questions, the very first thing that we have to do is, this train is starting its journey from P to Q. At P the time was 8:28 am and at Q the time was 11:48 pm. So the very first thing that you have to do is convert the PM into hours. Okay, how we can convert it? As we know, there are 12 hours. When we do 12 hours plus 11:48, it means we'll get the time, actual time, that is 23 hours 48 minutes. Okay, this 11:48, it means 11 hours and 48 minutes, right? So we have converted into the hours. So when we do 23 hours 48 minutes minus 8 hour 28 minutes, we will get the time required for the train to reach the station Q from the station P, that is 15 hours and 20 minutes. This is how the questions are solved in the examination, and such kind of questions can be asked into the examination. So this was all about the PYQs and the questions about the conversions, the time required to move from one station to another station. Okay, direction questions, and how many days or minutes are required, that is the conversion wale questions, ठीक है. And simply the questions can be asked, what is the distance covered when time, to cover a particular distance, okay, what is the time required at a particular speed. Such kind of questions can be asked, that is directly from the formula, that is distance is equals to speed into time. Okay, this is also one type of question that can be asked. So these were some of the sample questions for the time requirement for adding and subtracting and conversion, which can be asked into our examination, that we have totally completed in today's lecture. And this was all about the time. So to get the enrollment to the course, I'll discuss it again, like full syllabus theory lectures, practice, multiple MCQ, mock test, full syllabus notes in the form of PDF. Such kind of features will be provided for paper 1 and paper 2 individually, also for the paper 1 and paper 2. For that, you have to go and download the Global Online app or contacts us on this given WhatsApp number simply, and do enroll the course. At the same time, if you like the video, then do hit the like button, and also comment in the comment section if you want any kind of changes in the videos, also any suggestions and the requirements you need. Also, please do subscribe the channel for more such videos. Okay, so this was the end of today's lecture. Thank you for watching it. Stay tuned for more such lectures. Bye.